Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to share something different, something real, human, and deeply inspiring. We hear a lot about freelancing, online businesses, and entrepreneurship, but behind every success story is a journey of fear, failure, learning, and persistence. So instead of theories or strategies today, I'll tell you real experiences, genuine stories from freelancers and small business owners who started from nothing and built a life of independence. These are people who took chances, made mistakes, and adapted until they turned their passion into income. If you've ever dreamed of starting your own work from home journey, or if you feel stuck wondering whether freelance life or small business is worth it, these stories will remind you what's truly possible when you stop waiting for permission. Let's begin with Sarah. She used to work in a corporate office as a marketing assistant, doing long hours for a paycheck that barely covered her rent. Like many during the pandemic, she started thinking about alternatives. She always had a talent for writing, so she joined a freelance platform called Upwork and posted her first gig as a content writer. The first few weeks were quiet, no clients, no replies, just silence. She almost gave up, thinking she wasn't good enough. But instead of quitting, she improved her profile, added writing samples, and started sending personalized proposals. Her first job paid only $30 for a blog post, but she treated it like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The client loved her work and referred her to another business. Fast forward 2 years, Sarah now earns more than her old 9-to-5 income, working remotely from cafes and even while traveling. Her lesson? No experience is wasted. Consistency pays off even when the world seems silent. Then there's Ahmed, a 27-year-old from Egypt who decided to start a small online clothing brand. He didn't have investors or experience, just a dream to create meaningful designs inspired by Arab culture. He began by printing a few t-shirts with Arabic calligraphy, taking photos with his friends, and uploading them on Instagram. At first, only his relatives bought them. Sales were slow, but he treated every customer like a partner, asking for feedback and improving the material quality. Ahmed realized he needed visibility, so he started partnering with local influencers and microblogs to showcase his products. Within 1 year, his brand reached hundreds of repeat customers. The business is still small, but profitable, and now he's planning to expand internationally. His biggest takeaway is that you don't need big capital to start, you need creativity, persistence, and the courage to experiment. Let's talk about Lucas, a university student from Brazil who turned freelancing into his full-time job. While studying computer science, he began designing websites for local clients. His first client was actually his father's friend who owned a bakery and needed an online menu. Lucas offered to make it for free just to practice. When the project turned out great, that friend recommended him to others, and suddenly he had 4 paying clients in a single month. Realizing the potential, Lucas created a simple website, posted tutorials on YouTube about web design, and used those videos to attract more clients. Today, he manages a remote web design agency from his laptop. Lucas says the key was focusing on relationships, not just profits. Every happy client became a free marketing campaign, and every mistake was a lesson that improved his skills. Now, let's meet Emily from Canada. She always loved photography but thought it could never become a career. She used to take photos during weekends while working full-time at a customer service job. One day, her friends encouraged her to start selling her photos online. She discovered stock photography websites like Shutterstock and Adobe Stock, where photographers could upload images and earn royalties whenever someone downloads them. It began slowly, a few dollars here and there. But Emily treated it like a business, uploading new photos every week, studying trends, and improving her editing. 2 years later, she has over 3,000 photos online generating consistent income. It's not passive riches, but it's steady. She still works part-time, but her photography income now gives her freedom to travel, upgrade her gear, and follow her passion. Her story is proof that small consistent steps eventually create momentum. Then there's a man named Raj from India, a true story that's both inspiring and humbling. Raj was a high school dropout searching for direction. He didn't have money or resources, but he had a smartphone and an internet connection. He started watching tutorials on YouTube about graphic design using free tools. Every night, he practiced making logos for imaginary brands. Eventually, he joined freelancing sites and started offering his service for $5 per logo. At first, he was rejected dozens of times. Clients ghosted him, left poor reviews, and even used his work without paying. But Raj didn't stop. He studied marketing, communication, and learned how to understand client needs better. Over time, his ratings improved, his prices increased, and now, 5 years later, he runs a small design agency with 2 remote assistants. He earns in foreign currency, supports his family, and mentors young freelancers in his city. His life changed completely because he refused to surrender to his starting point. He says, "The internet doesn't care where you're from. It only cares about what you can create." Another powerful story is Vanessa's. She started a homemade candle shop during lockdown. What began as a hobby turned into a small business known locally for its personalized fragrances and eco-friendly packaging. At the beginning, she sold only to family and friends, then opened an Etsy store and used TikTok to share the process of making candles. One of her videos went viral, and in just 1 week, she sold all her stock. Suddenly, Vanessa had to learn about inventory, shipping, taxes, and customer support, things she'd never considered before. It wasn't easy, but she turned her kitchen business into a profitable brand. She now supplies her products to local gift shops and has an e-commerce site that sells internationally. Her biggest challenge was balancing creativity with logistics, but her message to others is clear: passion is wonderful, but systems keep your dream alive. She learned that growth begins outside your comfort zone. Now let's rewind to a more unusual story. Tom from the United States, a former delivery driver who became a successful online voiceover artist. He never imagined making money with his voice, but after listening to podcasts, he realized there was a growing demand for voice acting in advertisements, audiobooks, and YouTube videos. He invested around $200 in a good microphone and practiced recording scripts every evening. He posted gigs on Fiverr, and after a few months, clients started returning for more projects. Today, Tom earns several $1,000s per month just recording from his home studio. His advice is that the internet rewards authenticity. You don't need perfection or Hollywood equipment. You need reliability, effort, and honesty. Let's move to Layla, a stay-at-home mom from Jordan, who carved out a business teaching Arabic to non-native speakers online. She used Zoom and simple digital materials. Her first students came from Facebook groups, expatriates wanting to learn conversational Arabic. As word spread, she created pre-recorded lessons and uploaded them to a teaching platform. Now, she gets students from around the world and earns passive income from recorded courses while continuing live lessons when she chooses. Layla's story shows that expertise is valuable, no matter how ordinary it feels to you. What you take for granted could be life-changing knowledge for someone else. Then we have Brian, a young man from South Africa, who decided to build an online thrift store that specializes in vintage sportswear. He visited local thrift shops every weekend, took photos of interesting pieces, and listed them on Instagram. Slowly his account grew into a niche community of fashion lovers. He started making small profits, reinvesting them into better photography and advertising. Today, Brian's store has a loyal following and consistent sales. His message is that there's profit in uniqueness. You don't have to invent something new, just present it creatively. People love stories, and if your brand feels authentic, it can grow faster than you expect. Another real experience comes from Anna, a digital marketer from Poland who shifted to freelancing after getting laid off during economic downturn. She spent months doubting herself, applying for jobs without success. Then she joined LinkedIn and began posting useful marketing tips daily. Her posts attracted small business owners who needed help with advertising. She started consulting, building strategies, and managing ad campaigns. What began as desperation turned into a six-figure consulting brand in 2 years. What made her success possible wasn't luck, it was visibility and trust. She didn't hide when things got tough, she showcased her expertise even when she felt uncertain. That vulnerability built real connections. There's also Jose, a chef from Mexico, who turned his cooking skills into an online source of income. During pandemic lockdowns, he started uploading short recipe videos on social media. At first, his kitchen setup was simple: one phone camera, one light, and lots of creativity. As his follower count grew, he started earning from brand sponsorships and ad revenue. Later, he launched a small online cooking class for teens and young adults learning basic meals. Now he combines his passion with steady income. His key to growth was authenticity, showing real cooking processes, messes, and laughter, not perfection. His story proves that personality can be your biggest asset. And then there's Mia, a designer who built a business through mentorship and creativity. She started freelancing designing logos and eventually moved to design mentorship for beginners. By creating a small membership program that teaches the basics of branding, she now earns monthly recurring income. But her journey wasn't smooth. She failed with several ideas before finding what worked. Her breakthrough came when she realized that people don't just pay for skill, they pay for guidance and community. That insight turned failure into growth. Each of these stories has one thing in common: no one waited for the perfect plan, the perfect timing, or huge capital. They all began small, learning as they went. Freelancing and small business ownership are not easy. They test your patience and self-discipline. But they give something a traditional job rarely does: freedom. Freedom to choose when to work, what projects to pursue, and how much you want to grow. The internet has turned talent, creativity, and effort into currencies that anyone, anywhere, can use. The opportunities are real, but they require consistency more than luck. Every person you heard about today faced fear of failure, rejection, or not being good enough. But they acted anyway. Maybe you're sitting there right now thinking, it's too late for me, or, I don't have the skills. But guess what? None of these people had everything figured out. They started confused and scared, just like you might feel now. And that's perfectly fine. The only difference between them and millions who never start is action, that first small step. Whether it's posting your skill online, creating handmade products, offering services, or building a community around your ideas, every dream starts small before it grows. If there's one lesson from all these real-life experiences, it's this: progress beats perfection every single time. You'll make mistakes but also gain priceless lessons. You'll face doubt but discover resilience you didn't know you had. The digital world rewards those who create, not those who wait. So instead of asking, what if I fail? Start asking, what if it works? Your success might not come overnight, but step by step, it will come. You'll look back years from now and realize that the moment you decided to start was the moment your life began changing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope these stories inspire you as much as they inspire me. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that it's possible to build something from scratch. Tell me in the comments which story resonated most with you, and maybe next time, we'll share your story here. Remember, every entrepreneur you admire today once started exactly where you are, full of questions, but brave enough to begin. Take your first step. Your story is waiting to be written.